Hey, everybody, welcome back. Oh, let me get to the spot. Hey, this is Plan Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton. Let's get right to it. I don't have my glasses on today. I can still see what I need to talk about, but we're going to get right into it. This is volume 4 of the How Do You Raise the Bottom 5% of Your Team, of your sales force. All right, we're going to get right into it. This one is reveal your best attributes for success, or reveal your team's best attributes for success. Each individual person on your team has something that really sticks out that they can actually utilize in helping themselves be successful. Now, before I get into talking a little bit more about that, I want to share a little story with you. When I was working in the whole corporate space, I began as an online academic advisor for University of Phoenix. And to make this story, try to get through this story quickly, I didn't know that it was sales. I thought it was just academic advising because that's what I used to do. But when I got in there, quickly found out it was sales. So going through the whole training process, I bombed everything. I knew really nothing about the sales process. I never really intentionally was out trying to sell a product. I may have done sales but you'll see what I mean later on is that. So I bombed everything, bombed the tests, bombed what they call the role plays, everything. This is when University of Phoenix was hiring at a massive number every couple of weeks or every month. So I was in a training class that I believe had approximately 100 people. There were 4 classes, and each class had approximately somewhere in the range of 20 to 25 people in. So let's just round numbers, say that there were 100 people in my training group. Well, when we got done with training, we were set to go out on the floor. All the managers came in and were interviewing people and trying to get a gauge. They were getting feedback from the training people, and they were looking at the scores. They would look at all these different factors. It was almost like football going into the combines. They were, testing us, asking questions. And so when we were getting ready to hit on the floor, one of the managers was out of town, and they had a draft. So each team was in a particular order, like these fantasy drafts. Manager chooses, next manager, next manager. Well, my manager was gone, so she didn't get to choose her team. There were 3 people left that did not get selected by other people. Myself, this other guy, and this other girl. Well, we were placed on that manager's team, and they basically laughed at her. Aha, you've got the worst 3. And so that rumor was going around that we were the 3 worst people in training. Now, I couldn't tell you if I was 98, 99, or 100. I want to say I was 98. But, pretty bad. So we hit the floor, and for the first 5 to 10 days, we're struggling. She's trying to help us. We're struggling. And so I sat down and I asked myself a question. I said, Carlton, what do you know best? What is it about you that you know that you can share with others? And I just started going down the list. Grew up in a large family, so I could relate to people in a large family. I played professional baseball. I played sports at a high level. I was very competitive. I traveled because of playing professional sports. Been to multiple cities, multiple countries. So I was adding in all these different things. And so I said, okay, scrap the script and really try to listen with people and listen for when they mention something that I could identify with. Then at that point, I said, then the conversation could begin, because then now I can relate and then talk to them. And sometimes I got the people to enroll after 1 call, maybe 2 calls, maybe 3 calls. And then the enrollments start coming in. I was the first one to get an enrollment. I was the first one to hit 5 enrollments in a cycle. I was first one to hit 10 enrollments in a cycle. And these are all in my training class. I was the first one to hit 15. I was the first one to hit 20. I was the only one to hit 25, and my top was 27. So I not only went from being one of the top enrollment advisors in my training class to now being recognized as one of the top enrollment advisors in the country. Now, University of Phoenix does something I don't know if they still do it today, but they did it with our class, was after about 3 months, they brought everybody back into the training, into a section. And what they did was, hey, let's go over best practices. What's working, what's not working? What do you have to share? And a lot of people, because I scored so low in the training class, had no idea who I was. So we were in our training class with my name tags on. They still didn't really know who I was. And so in the training, when I raised my hand to answer a question, you had to state your name. When I physically stated my name, I saw people's reaction like, oh, that's the guy that's been kicking our ass and enrolling everybody in the company. So what I want to share with you at that point is that, share with you now is, I became the #1 enrollment advisor in that training class. And then I became recognized as up in the top, because University of Phoenix had approximately 3,000 enrollment advisors. I was in the top 50. And I think I was in the top maybe 25 as far as enrollment advisors. And in some cases, I was in the top 10 regularly. So this is what I want to share from this video. Reveal your best attributes for success, or help your staff doing that by asking questions. Now, I did that myself, but it's important that right here is that when you get them to understand the urgency of when they start working. Number 2, when you get them to ask themselves the 3 questions: what do you want? Why do you want it? And can you see it in your mind? You're moving them closer. And then when you have them select one of the 9 pillars of success to support their 3 questions, now what you're doing is you're getting very close to figuring out what that person's best attribute is. And as I always say in my videos, you are then now planning your greatness. This is Plan Your Greatness. And I will say this again, plan your greatness. Because you know why? Because no one else will. See you in number 5 in the last video.